It was a quiet evening in the dusty streets of Jerusalem, long after the crucifixion of Jesus. The world was beginning to take in the impact of his life and teachings, but behind closed doors, debates raged among his followers and the early leaders of the church. They pored over scrolls, recounting every word, parable, and lesson Jesus had shared. What would they preserve for future generations? What would they choose to leave out? For Peter, who had walked alongside Jesus, the decision was not so simple. He recalled the Sermon on the Mount, the parables of love and forgiveness, the miracles that left crowds awestruck. But there were also moments of quiet conversation, teachings spoken in hushed tones to those closest to him. Some of these teachings were too radical, even dangerous. One night, Peter and a group of disciples gathered in a hidden chamber to decide which of Jesus' words would shape the foundation of their faith. John, the beloved disciple, spoke first. "We must keep his message of love and unity," he said firmly. "But what about the teachings that question authority? The ones that speak of the kingdom of God not in heaven but within us? The ones that challenge the power of the rulers and the priests?" Jesus had often spoken of a deeper, almost mystical understanding of God, one that did not require temples or sacrifices. "The kingdom of God is within you," he had told them. It was a message that empowered the common man but deeply threatened those in positions of power. Judas, before his betrayal, had once questioned Jesus about these teachings. "Why do you speak so openly to us but not to the crowds?" he had asked. Jesus replied, "Not everyone is ready to hear these words. Some truths must be sought, not given freely." Now, years later, as the disciples prepared to spread his message, they wrestled with those very truths. "If we include everything he taught, we risk angering the rulers," Peter said. "We could be hunted down, silenced before we even begin." John nodded but hesitated. "But if we leave them out, we risk diluting his message. What if we strip away the very essence of what he came to teach?" As the years passed, some of Jesus' teachings were passed on in whispers, shared among those who sought a deeper understanding. Others were hidden, buried in scrolls that would later be discovered in distant caves, like the Dead Sea Scrolls or the Gnostic texts found in Nag Hammadi. These writings hinted at teachings that spoke of self-discovery, the divine feminine, and the idea that salvation came not through external rituals but through inner transformation. One of these hidden teachings was the Gospel of Thomas, a collection of sayings attributed to Jesus. In it, he says, "When you know yourselves, then you will be known, and you will understand that you are children of the living Father." This idea, that divinity was not distant but already within, challenged the traditional hierarchy of religion.